Hey, welcome to the show, and today I want to talk about Fujifilm discontinuing their last instant peel apart film. As you might have read or heard about, they've stopped producing FP100C as of a week ago. So this is the end of this film, and there won't be any more film for the land cameras, no more film for the professional backs, for the Mamiyas or the Pentax cameras. So you won't be able to do any exposure checking with that film like it used to be used for. First of all, I want to say I'm really sad about this announcement, but I do want to say that I'm glad that Fujifilm has stuck to making this film so long. So if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have had any professional graded instant film. We do have now their Instax, which is more like a toy kind of like film. But this film was intended to be used for professional use. They used to use it for passport pictures. They used it for studios to check lighting, to check exposure, to check so many things. And this film was probably sold by a ton around 10, 15 years ago. And once Polaroid stopped, Fuji was the only one in the market, and they've lasted till 2016 with this film. They had a black and white version, which they cut off. They had a 4x5 version, which I shot. This is 2012, April 22, 2012. And this is my older kid. This is shot on a 4x5. And this film died a few years ago. It was sad to see it go, but no one was shooting 4x5 instant film except for amateurs and some studios probably. But it wasn't enough to keep production. So there's an article by Bellamy Hunt in Japan Camera Hunter, which is with his website, where he states that he has heard that in 2012 they stopped producing this film. They've been selling off frozen stock, and that means that probably, even though all of us amateurs want to see this film continue, it's probably long gone and we won't see it in the shelves anymore. That said, there is a change.org or com website that has been open to ask Fuji to non-stop it. I'll leave a link below, as also a Bellamy's article below, so you can read those articles. Also, I'll leave the Fuji statement, which is in Japanese, saying they're going to stop production due to low sales. Even though a lot of people have been hating on the fact that Fuji stopped, which I actually agree that it's sad, but I don't hate them for doing this because they've done it before. You have, for example, Fujifilm Neopan 1600, which they stopped years ago. Acros is still being made, which I hope they don't stop anytime soon. Then you have the Neopan 400 in medium format. They stopped producing it years ago. Later, they stopped doing the 35mm version of it too. They've stopped making Astia. They've stopped making other many emulsions. But you have to remember that also Kodak dropped their slide film production. They've raised prices in many of their emulsions. Polaroid stopped making film. They just went bankrupt. Agfa stopped. So many other companies have stopped and have died. But Fuji has stayed making slide film, making some black and white films that are great, especially for large format. And they are still making instant film. They are still making their Instax line, which is not stopping. They've come out with a new camera not long ago. They have the Instax Mini, which is really popular. It's been, I think, the highest selling item on Amazon during the Christmas holidays, which is a great thing. It means it's being bought, it's being used all the time. I don't know if a lot of people have been shooting this Fuji FP and the peel apart film, basically, because if they do say they're going to stop, why didn't they stop the Instax line? They could have done just the same. It's kind of the same machines, probably the same pods, same chemistry. So if there's a reason to stop one and not the other, it means that they weren't selling enough or they didn't feel like it was a market for that. If you don't want to buy any more instant film from Fujifilm, you can go ahead and buy Impossible film for those Polaroid cameras, the Polaroid SX70, the Spectra line. They have all kinds of black and white, color, and all these different films for those cameras. They don't have any film for the land cameras, and they don't have any film for the medium format backs, but they do have film for those old Polaroid cameras that they sell at thrift stores, or that you can buy them for $10 or even for free and get the same instant result. The only thing you're not going to get are the same exact color accurate results. Instax film has a good thing about it, and it's that it's pretty accurate in its colors. These are all shots of my family. You can see these colors. You can shoot in daylight, you can shoot at night with a flash, you can shoot in the sun, in the cold, in the heat, and the results are always pretty consistent. If you want to shoot impossible film, it has a different way to operate. You have to be careful with your film. You have to do it in the shade. It can't be too cold or too hot. It's a special film. They had to start from scratch when Polaroid died, and they're doing a better job every day, but it's still not perfect. So Instax film is still available. It still looks pretty good. The cameras for them are not the best. The Fuji line of the Instax camera are pretty just toys, point and shoots. But Lomography came out with a camera, and I'm hoping that more people, now that the peel apart film has died and there's no quality cameras for Instax, will start making their own lines of cameras. Maybe some Kickstarters, maybe someone's just wanting to invest on this. But if not, you can also buy new 55. It's a peel apart film for 4x5 cameras. You can support, they did a Kickstarter, they managed to get the money, they're trying to get it off. It's really hard, and they can see that because the market's not that big and it's really hard to produce without, infrastructure. Another thing I disagree with is when they discontinue one of these films, the sellers just bump the price. When I saw about the FP being discontinued, I went to buy it, and they were bumping the price every other day till it's already, to me, unaffordable. I'm not gonna pay $14 or $15 for a pack of this film. I have some left, I'll shoot what I have, and that will be it for me. As for maybe they will save this film, I doubt Fuji will, but some other people have been saying that they're trying to talk with them and buy the machines or buy the patents and trying to make it themselves. Impossible has already stated that they won't do it. They just can't get into that right now. They've done a lot, and they're still doing a lot for the Polaroid SX70 film and the Spectra film, but they just can't do this. As for other companies buying the machines and trying to do this, I highly doubt it'll happen, but if it does happen, we won't see the same prices, probably not the same quality that Fujifilm was delivering. So if you never got to try this film, I would recommend you get a camera from someone, get a few packs and try it, because it was so different to the Instax line. It gave you a negative and a positive. The negative, you could bleach it, you could print it, and you could also scan it if you wanted, and it would give you that one-of-a-kind image that would not be able to reproduce unless you use the negative. So I decided not to spend that kind of money on the bumped price for the FP100C, and I'm going to save my money to buy normal film that's still in production, support film manufacturers that still make medium format 4x5, 8x10 film. If I want to buy slide, of course I'll buy Fujifilm. If I want to buy a quick instant film, I'll just buy Instax, because Impossible is great, but it's not my kind of film. New 55, I want to try it, but I still haven't gotten my hands on it. So I will keep on buying Fujifilm. I don't agree with what they've done, but I'm happy they've continued to make this film till today. So I just want to say thank you for Fuji for making this film for so long. I'm sad to see it go. I'm sad to see so many cameras being just useless. And I'm sad that my kids won't be able to buy this film and have their memories on peel apart film. I hope they can buy Instax film and that Impossible keeps on getting better. And hopefully they'll still know what, Polaroid and instant film is in the future. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.